My name is Ann Granger and I'm excited to be with you tonight. Popping on just a few minutes before 7 so that I can check my settings and make sure everything looks great. I am trying a scheduled sorry. I'm so used to saying Facebook. Um, I am trying to find myself here. Um, I am going live on YouTube. I used to go live on Facebook. Let's start this again. Welcome to the Stamp with Ann community. My name is Ann Granger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the beautiful town of Dorchester, Ontario, Canada. And I'm excited to be with you. I am popping on just a few minutes before 7. I am learning the whole ins and outs of YouTube. So the last few times I've just gone live, but I'm really trying to schedule my lives and go in that way. So I thought I would pop on a few minutes early just so I can figure everything out, try to find myself on my device. So welcome. As I said, my name is Ann Granger and I am excited to be with you. Usually I go live. I used to go live Mondays and Wednesdays on Facebook. And Facebook was giving me a lot of grief. So now I go live on YouTube. I am trying to build my YouTube community. So welcome. Each week I pick a product of the week and I come to you live. My goal is to go live twice a week. Mondays will be a scrapbook and then the evenings will be, Wednesdays will be card making. And I see, I'm trying to find myself here on this. So let me just go back and try to find where I might find this. Just give me a minute. So, I think I saw someone say hi, so just let me see if I can find myself. Oh, there it is. Finally, it clicked in. So where do I find? Just give me a minute. I see myself, but I'm trying to find myself so I can watch. Oh, there it is. That's not what it is. I see Donna. Hello, Donna. Welcome. Okay, I think I found myself. Okay, there. Hopefully I can see some comments. So, if you follow me on my Facebook pages and now over here on YouTube, I always like to start my videos with chocolate. I am a huge chocolate lover. I actually just ate like a whole bunch and I was like, oh my God, I should have done that. But I don't know about you, but chocolate is my love language. And sometimes after a busy day, I come in here and I have to create. I come into my room, so I work full time. And this is kind of like my passion. I love. And I always have to have chocolate. So I'm usually in I call this my happy place, aka my stamp room. I have chocolate, music playing, and I love creating. So those are my three favorite things that I love to do. I'm just trying to find here where I can see my video. So this is all new to me, so please be patient with me. I can see the video, but oh, okay, you know what? We're just gonna go here. I can see what's going on. So I think if I go big, I'm not sure if I can see your comments. No, I kind of want to. So welcome. So this week, first of all, can you believe it? A month today and it's Christmas Eve. Oh my gosh. We were talking about it at work, how we cannot believe that next week is December. I am a December baby and I love everything about Christmas. I love the decorations. I love the lights. I love the songs. I love everything about it. It just truly makes me happy. So this week, I thought let's dive into Christmas, and I am showcasing the Festive Friends Bundle. When I first saw this back in August, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. I love, like I said, I love Christmas, and these little characters, oh my gosh, are so cute. I tend to keep my stamp sets that are Christmas because I always feel like I love going back to them. I actually have a snowman stamp set. That was one of my first ones I bought a long time ago, and I still have it. I absolutely love it. But I thought I would showcase the Festive Friends because A, I love it, and it's super festive, and I thought it would be a great way to show because this week Stampin' Up! Announced that they were having a Black Friday sale. And if you love to color, our Stampin' Blends are 40% off. So that is amazing. All that starts tomorrow, November 25th to December 1st. And I'm going to talk to you more about what's on sale. This is a cling stamp. And it has 3 characters, some trees, and it has some greetings, but then it also comes with this fun stamp set. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk tonight. I'm just throwing off. Okay, just give me a minute to breath. Okay, dies that I love, so you can make like a tag, you've got your trees, got some snowflakes, and then obviously your 3 characters. So that is the bundle. Now you're probably thinking, well, Anne, I've seen this bundle because it's been very popular among demonstrators, but maybe you're like, I haven't really seen where it's located. So let me show you that. It's actually located in our September online exclusives. Online exclusives is just Stampin' Up's way of putting more product into our store. Because Stampin' Up actually, it takes them 2 years to create a catalog. So they're actually now working on 2027 annual catalog. And if something is very popular or requested, then guess what? They can't put it into a catalog because it takes too long. But they can pop them into what is called online exclusive. So every other month, so if it starts January, March, May, July, September, November is when online exclusives are released. So this is our September online exclusive. This is a PDF that us demonstrators can get. But if you are to go online, you will just go to, the easiest way is to shopwithanne.com. Go to my blog, stampwithanne.com, click shop now, and go to online exclusives. And you will see these right here. It is right here. And it's $69.25 if you buy the stamp set and die. Or you can buy them individually if you like. But I'm sure after seeing them, you're definitely... I'm a December girl. I'm having my son, his wife, and 4 sons come from Vancouver for Christmas. Oh my gosh. I remember, Donna, you telling me that. That is so exciting. My daughter is coming home for Christmas. She's at school right now, and I cannot wait. Like, I'm counting, like it's like a kid on, I'm like a kid on New Christmas Eve. It's so fun. So that is where you're going to find it. Now, when I sat down to create my projects, I was like, what am I going to pair it with? There's not a lot of traditional paper right now. Like Stampin' Up has a lot of different designer series paper, but the traditional one is really the traditions of Christmas. If you followed me last week on my video, my YouTube live video, you would have noticed I used this. Now, last week, I showcased the traditional labels bundle with a traditional Christmas specialty paper, but I focused more on the floral, and this week I'm focusing more on the traditional patterns. So we're gonna look at these patterns here. So tonight I'm making a scrapbook page with you, and then you're gonna wanna make sure you come back on Wednesday night because I'm showing you 2 projects, and both of them are technique projects with this paper, not so much this paper, but with the Festive Friends. So, traditional Christmas, and that paper is actually located in our September to December mini, and it is under the Keeping Traditions suite. So here is the suite. Oh, there's another online. And you can find it right here. And right now this paper is in stock. So just so you know, in case you haven't had a chance, it was not available for the longest time. It is now available. And it's really, really stunning paper. It has been very, very popular amongst customers and demonstrators. So really great. There's that. So let's dive in. I'm going to tell you a little story as we create. I was first introduced to Stampin' Up as a scrapbooker. My family and I moved to our new house, and I met some neighbors, and they were scrapbookers, and I loved the idea of scrapbooking. I thought it was such a neat idea to be able to preserve your memories for generations to generations. How many, and I'm sure we could do that, you go pull out an old picture and maybe there's no writing on the back. You're trying to guess who that person is. But imagine being able to tell your story through pictures and layouts and albums that you give to your family and friends, and it's your story. You're telling your story, your family story. It truly is remarkable. Scrapbooking there's no right or wrong. It's how you interpret it. I was a big scrapbooker, and then I got more into card making, and then probably about 2 years ago, I was really trying to decide my path, and I was like, you know what? I'm going back to my roots. I'm going back to scrapbooking. And I was kind of hovering, like, what do I do? What do I, do I go back to scrapbooking, just stick with cards? And I've decided to do both because I feel like that helps me create layouts that I can get done for my albums. So tonight we are creating a festive Christmas album, and I actually am casing myself. I went back and looked through all my scrapbook albums and my pages, and I found one that I really liked, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to case it. We're going to case it. This is going to be what we're going to do for our tonight. I am using our 12 by 12 white willow cardstock. That is what has replaced our basic white. It is definitely more pure white than our basic white. Our basic white has a little bit more tinge of yellow in it. So that is 12 by 12. I am using that traditional Christmas paper there. Like I said, there's the floral, but I am using this pattern. So this pattern is Secret Sea, and I love it. I'm not sure if you can see it. Maybe I'll tilt the paper, but you do have some stripes. So we're going to use that. And this one measures 11 by 11. Now this video will process, and once it's all done processing, I will upload this to my blog where you will have all of the supplies we use, and I will give you the measurements in case you want to redo it. Now, I just want to make sure that I am in the view. Okay, so can I go down a bit more in this? No, I am up. Okay, I am going to move my stuff up here. So I just want to make sure I'm in the view. Donna, if you can tell me if that looks better. I think I can see it on my end too. It definitely looks a little better there. Okay, so I think, yeah, we're just gonna move it up. I'm just gonna move this up. Okay, so there is that paper. Now, the colors when I am building a scrapbook page or card making, I will use my designer series paper. So I always pick, okay, what product of the week am I gonna pick? So I always pick a bundle or my stamp set. Then I pick designer series paper. And then I build my paper around I build my projects around those colors. So in here is Cherry Cobbler, Gold, Old Olive, Pool Party, Real Red, and Secret Sea. So we're using white willow because that's all it comes in 12 by 12. Oh, she says that's better. Thank you so much, Donna. And if I'm never ever in a view, please, please, please let me know because I'm looking down. My goal in the new year is to do a webcam so I can stream to Facebook and YouTube, but right now I gotta get good at going on the YouTube videos. So I am using Real Red, and this one measures 9.5 by 9.5. So let's go ahead and put that down. Okay, so I'm just going to, and I don't measure anything. I literally just eyeball it. That's probably wrong. I know there's people that measure and it's totally what you prefer, but I just prefer to do that. All right, I have already done some die cutting for us. So let me show you what we're using tonight, and then we'll get into building our layout. Okay, I'm gonna put that over there. We are using the Spotlight on Nature dies. These dies were in last year's catalog and carried over. Now, here's the funny thing. I didn't buy them at all when they were in their current catalog. I bought them when I found out they were carrying over. The stamp set is no longer available, but the dies are, and the dies are gorgeous. Now, if you've been following me in my videos for the last probably I'll be almost 2 years in July for videos. I'm a huge fan of anything stitched. So when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, I need that. So I used the Real Red to make us a label. And then I used basic white and I did that to create us a label. So we're just gonna put those aside. right there. I have cut out squares. Now my squares are 3 by 3. And what I've done is, remember I told you I really wanted to go with that traditional paper. I didn't want to do the floral. So I have one in the cherry cobbler pattern. I'm just gonna play around with it. I do not glue anything down. I like to mix and move things around to make sure that's where I want it. Pulling in that Secret C. I never would have thought I would have picked Secret C for Christmas cards. But I can tell you, I love it. Oh my gosh, it is stunning. It's my favorite. All right, we're going to put another Secret C up here. And we're going to put, okay, just give me a minute here. I gotta think how I did this. Maybe I did it that way. Here, we're gonna put a pattern here. We're gonna put a pattern here. I'm gonna put this green down here. We're gonna put this pattern up there, and then we're gonna put green in the middle, I think. Let me see. Do I like that? Actually, I think I really do like that. Or do I want to do pattern? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave that because I'm gonna put that there. No, I think I need this to be up here. Maybe that in the middle. Yeah, I think that was because I had that up there. Okay, I like that. I'm happy the way that is. So let's go ahead and adhere these down. Remember I said they're 3 by 3 squares because my mat is 9.5 by 9.5. Now, when I go to assemble this page, when I go to add my pictures. So the one thing about creating your layouts before is now I have pictures and now I have a scrapbook layout ready to go, and all I have to do is add my photos. So what I would probably do, my mat is 3 by 3, so I would create a photo that would be 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So I will just print a picture and then I will trim it up to meet that size. And then I can add my pictures. So I'll show you where I will put my pictures in. What I'm going to do. We're going to do a little bit of coloring because I want to show you how easy it is to color with our stamping blends. If you are not a stamping blend person, maybe you have other alcohol markers out there, now would be a great week to try them because, like as I said, they are on sale this week. I definitely will be stocking up. I kind of went through my blends in the summer and literally did like a good clean. Like I pulled out every blend, I colored with it, I had extra blends in drawers, and I really made sure that they were working. So now when I did that, I forgot that I needed to order like a whole bunch. So I do need a bunch of colors. Okay, so this piece here is Old Olive. So as I said, my colors are Real Red, Secret C, Old Olive. I used this Forever Plaid and I embossed it. Now, my poor Forever Plaid got ruined when I did an event in October, but it still works. If anyone knows how to take the curve out, please let me know. What I find with the Forever Plaid, because the lines are really crazy, I tend to like to put mine and line it up with like one of the lines here. So that way I know I'm going to get like some good squares and it's not going to be like all over the place. Like sometimes it can be crooked to the eye. I like it kind of be straight. So that's just kind of a tip that I use. So that is our Old Olive. So let's bring that in. Okay, so there is our layout. How fun is that? So I'm just going to pull this aside and we're going to do a little bit of coloring. I'm going to get us a piece of paper here. I just need to make sure it's big enough to fit in my thing here. I'm just going to cut this. I'm using the mini cutter tonight, and the base of the mini cutter is 3 inches, so I want to make sure my paper can go through it. All right, so we are going to do, I'm going to make it a Santa page because I thought that would be fun. But actually, I have a little puppy and his name is Timbit. And we were thinking of taking him this year to see Santa and get his picture taken with Santa. So this might be a fun picture page for him. Okay, so I am inking up with Memento ink. So when you are coloring with our stamping blends, you want to use Memento ink because it is water based and it doesn't, it won't smear your colors when you're coloring with alcohol. All right, so we inked up in Memento ink. We're going to stamp down. And I always get in the habit of cleaning my stamps. So I actually have a cleaner off to the side here on my desk, and we're going to just clean them. If you use our stamping scrub in mist, you are conditioning your rubber so that they will last forever. I have, like I said, I have some oldie stamps that I keep. But one of the reasons I keep a lot of my Christmas too is because we do every year, I create a daily December album. This will be my 12th year doing this album, and it's my favorite. All right, so let's do a little bit of coloring. So these are our stamping blends, if you've never seen them before. You get, in a pack of 2, you get a light and a dark, and each blend has a tip, and then it has, oh goodness, a brush stroke. I prefer the tip more than the brush stroke because I feel I have a little bit more control. So tonight we're using Real Red, Petal Pink, Old Olive, and Black. So let's go ahead and color our Santa. I always like to color first, then die cut. I am using Petal Pink, and I am using the light Petal Pink for his face. And I will just color in circles. As I said, I could use that brush tip. I just find I have more control over the, with the brush tip. The one thing about our blends, they are meant for coloring and shading. So the ink stays wet so that you can go back and color over them. Okay, so that is our face. And now we're gonna do the green. And I'll actually show you what we're coloring. So here is our Santa. Isn't he cute? I like this one too because he really does look like Santa. He's a realistic looking Santa. So we're going to color his gloves. Now I'm going to use Old Olive, and I'm using the dark Old Olive. I just thought it was easier. I would love to know if you're watching on the replay or live, what is your favorite Christmas movie that you have to watch every year? I watched Elf the other night. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. I love Elf. I love the Grinch. I'm a huge Grinch person. I love the cartoon Grinch. I love the Grinch with Jim Carrey. But you know what? I love the classics like Frosty and Rudolph and all those. I think that's the childhood coming out of me. I love those. All right, we are coloring his shoes with basic black. I just used the dark. Now for his hat and coat, we're going to use Real Red. There is no right or wrong. You can go light to dark or dark to light. I like to go dark to light, and I'm going to show you why. So what I'll do is I will outline my dark. Oops, just kind of outline. And then I'm just going to come down here. So I just kind of like outline his clothes, and then I'm going to come down here and do his beard. Okay. And then what I'll do is, and I'll go in with my light, and then what I do is I literally just color in circles and blend the dark color with my light. And as you can see, I'll bring it up. You can see that there's definitely like a darker shade and a light shade. That's okay. I'm just gonna keep blending those colors until that is, you see that little, the shade is like, you can see that shade there. let's just do this. So you can see what using the smaller tip in these smaller areas will truly, truly help you color. The one thing I love about our stamping blends, if you are a person who loves to color, you're going to really enjoy them. But if you're a person who's like, that's okay, they'll make you feel like an artisan. So at the beginning of our video, I was telling you that Stampin' Up! Is having a Black Friday sale. The Black Friday sale starts tomorrow. So November 25th to December 1st. And 40% off Stampin' Blends, paper trimmers, and blades and ink bundles. I'm not sure if it's like ink or refill bundles. 15% off selected cardstock and 15% off selected cardstock and 25% off adhesive. So if you are here in Canada and you are not working with a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, please, I would love to help you. You can head to my online store. Easiest way to go is Stamp with Van, and then click shop now. And then you will be able to shop and the order will ship right to your house. Maybe, I think Santa said you has been a really good girl this year and you should get some extra presents under your team tree. Girl, you have been an extra, let me rephrase that, could be girl or guy, but maybe you've been a really good crafter this year and Santa thinks that you deserve more presents under the tree. Who wouldn't love a tree of presents? A tree filled with Stampin' Up! Presents or Stampin' Up! Stuff in your stocking. Oh my gosh, blends make a great item for your stocking. Adhesive, that's a great stocking stuffer too. Oh my gosh. Okay, I am using our mini Stampin' Cut. I love my mini, especially for videos because it's easy to do. I just put a Post-it note down because we don't have like a magnetic, so I find sometimes that slips. Here's a tip. Every time you use your dies, make sure you take the die off. I'm just going to stick this back on my thing. And put your dies in here. Because guess what? Do you know how many times you could easily leave it in here and you're like, oh, it's garbage. And then you throw your die out and then you're looking in the garbage. And trust me, that is not fun. All right, so here is our Santa. Let's just bring this back in. We are going to put him right down here, and oh, I need to put that adhesive on now. Oh, I did have adhesive on there. Let's add some more adhesive because that didn't really want to stick. All right, so here is our Santa. So probably when I go to add my pictures, I might put my pictures like here. Or like I can do all. I will definitely leave a spot for journaling because I feel journaling is very, very important because you're telling your story. You're telling your emotions for that day. You're telling your feelings. You're telling everything. So, you know, to put him there. No, I kind of like that up there. And I think I would put this here. Let me see. Do we like that there? Just playing around with him. Okay, so I'm going to put my Santa down here. I do like that. So let me grab my dimensionals. We're going to pop up our Santa here. Oh, let's put one in the middle. Okay. And now let's just put him down here so he looks like he's on the ground. Now I have this, I'm going to move this back out of our way for a minute. I have this die. Now in the stamp set, it says, "To from Santa Claus is coming to town. We wish you a Merry Christmas." I think I'm going to do Santa Claus is coming to town because if I use this page for when I take Timba to get some pictures with Santa, I think it will be a great one. It should say Santa Paws. But either way, it's super cute. What color? You know what? I'm going to stamp in Secret C. Let's see what that looks like. Secret C is one of our new 2025 in colors, and let me tell you, it is my favorite color. Probably this year's in colors I absolutely love. I love Secret C and I love Cloud Cover. Those two together are stunning. The one thing I really like about the Secret C is that it looks like a black. Like when it stamps, it looks black. So that's really nice because it gives you like a nice true black for your stamping. So you can, like, I used to use Memento all the time, but now that I have the Secrecy, I tend to use that as my go-to black. So that's just a little tip for you. All right, let's glue this down here. And I am going to bring in, now last year was really, really popular, it was in our holiday catalog last year. And this is our real red and white Baker twine. And it actually carried over, so it's actually in our annual catalog. So definitely a must for the holidays. I love it. And I love twine. I love how easy it is to work with. I truly wish Stampin' Up! Would come out with twine in every color. I just think that would be so fun. All right, let me get my scissors. So because I am using like ribbon or twine, I will use my paper snips. Unfortunately, Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell these anymore. We used to, but the manufacturer they worked with stopped making them. So they're in hoping to get some new ones. So use whatever scissors you have, but here's a tip. I always save a pair of scissors just for cutting ribbon. And when you do that, you will find that it doesn't, like when you use scissors for adhesive, it really dulls your scissors and gets all gooky. But having one for scissors is really, really nice. Okay, so let's put that away. So definitely, if you like the real red ribbon, that could be something you add to your list. All right, let's bring our page back in. We're going to pop this up. All right. Now you can use this page for anything. You could, if you didn't want to use this for Christmas, you could use this as a winter layout. You could easily do some like winter colors, put a snowman here. You can use, could be a birthday layout. Like, the really one thing I love about scrapbooking is there's no right or wrong. And when I'm scrolling like Pinterest or blogs or like social media and I see a layout I like, I will save it. Even I do this with cards. And then when I go to sit down to create, I will go look through my phone and be like, oh, you know what, I really like that card layout, but I'm going to switch it up. Or I really liked those colors, but how can I switch them up to make it? And I will do the same with layouts. Like I literally was like, what layouts have I done in the past? So I went on my blog, searched layouts, all my scrapbooking layouts came up, and then I chose to pick this one because I really liked it. Okay, now I want to add a little bit of embellishment. So I am using the ever so popular peppermint swirls. Now, if you have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator or a Stampin' Up! Customer, you will know these peppermint swirls were hot last year. Every time Stampin' Up! Got them in, they would sell out. Every time. Well, good thing is they carried them over because they are that, like, people are just asking for them. So these are available in our online store, and I think it just adds to our collection of Santa. I just think it really adds. Right? Peppermint Lane, Santa Claus, it's all super nice. All right, so let's just there is our layout for tonight featuring the Festive Friends stamp set. Let's do a recap. So I will, once this video is processed, I will upload it on my blog. I'm hoping it'll be ready for tomorrow night. I will put this layout on my blog. I will give you all the measurements so that you can recreate it at home. And if you do recreate this layout, or I would love to see pictures, tag me in my social media with Stamp with Dan. So once again, we're featuring the Festive Friends this week. And we are using the traditions of Christmas, but we're using more of the traditional patterns than the floral. And I want you to set your alarm because I will be back on Wednesday, November 26th at 7 p.m. I am going to be showing you 2 ways to use this stamp set in card making. And make sure you follow me on my blog all week and social media because I have a bunch of samples to share with you. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm going to say this has been a successful YouTube video. We went from a scheduled video right into it. So I am so glad that I figured out how to do that. So watch for more of those coming. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. Have a great rest of your day wherever you are. If you're watching on the replay, please let me know where you're watching from. I always like to know where my viewers are coming from with the Stampin' community. And have a great rest of your day. Bye everyone. Talk to you soon.